Hey, what's up, guys? A couple of days ago, I bought the Behringer UMC1820, and I must say I'm incredibly pleased with it. I was about to get myself the Focusrite 18i20 as I have the 2i4, and I stumbled across a video on YouTube which was demonstrating the mic inputs from both a Focusrite interface and the UMC interface, and it had a very major sound difference. Sonically, they were absolutely in a different category, and a lot of the comments suggested that it just couldn't be true. So I decided to get the UMC 1820 because it has all of the specs from the sound card that I want. It's got the ADAT, which is also SMUX compatible. It doesn't have that many SMUX compatible channels as the 18i20 does, because that's got two ADAT inputs. The UMC can go up to 96K. So for me, I could work in 88.2, but it's not something I ever do. Maybe it's something I will do at a later stage, but for that I would need to get a new PC which has a much stronger processor, or it needs to be something that I want. And at this time, I don't want that. I don't have any expensive microphones, and I don't do acoustic live trackings. I've got a couple of synths that I record, so I'm very happy to just work in that realm and stay there. So for me, that wasn't an issue. If it's an issue for you and you need to have something that can go up to 192, the UMC won't do that. But for me, that is definitely nothing that I am complaining about. I made a little recording of a analog filter sweep going through both interfaces of a sequence running over the Arturia Microfreak, and I also recorded a vocal over a condenser microphone and over a dynamic microphone, just to see what the difference is between both of the interfaces. One thing I was very surprised with the UMC is that the latency is extremely good. I have my setup at 128 buffer size, because that's what my processor can handle without giving me pops and crackles. And I've got a round trip latency of about 6 milliseconds, which is absolutely phenomenal. It's a bit higher on the 2i4. It's quite a good bit higher, about double as high, which is still acceptable. But if you're running things like drum machines or sequences which have very harsh transient, you can hear it straight away. So I'm very happy with the UMC's performance. I'm extremely happy with the build quality. It's not cheap. It doesn't come across to me as cheap. Yeah, so let's just dive in, take a look at the clips, take a listen to the preamps or the line inputs of both interfaces, and make up your mind if it warrants a €300 difference. This is the dynamic microphone test. This is the dynamic microphone test. This is the condenser microphone test. This is the condenser microphone test. Yeah, so to me, it doesn't warrant a €300 difference. I'm absolutely happy that I bought the UMC. I bought it with the idea that I could send it back, but I'm definitely not going to be sending it back. In my eyes, I now have another $300 to spend on something else, possibly another Behringer synth if that's what I want, With the driver installation, I had a little issue. I had to install 2 different drivers off the Behringer website, which wasn't a problem. If you have a little bit of patience, you can get into it. The control software as well, it's very limited, or it doesn't look pretty, you know, it doesn't have a fantastic GUI, which it's not something I need. I'm working in my DAW. I don't really need the control software. Maybe once in a while to adjust a couple of the settings, but it's nothing I look at, and it's nothing that's important to me that needs to look good. From the design aspect, I wish that the master volume knob wasn't the same as the rest, because it looks exactly the same, so you can't really differentiate where the master control knob is. I'm going to be sorting that out by just replacing it with a different knob from one of the synths lying around, just so I have some contrast. But yeah, I'm extremely happy with the purchase. I definitely won't be sending it back. Thank you, Behringer, for making such an awesome product for such an insanely price. And yeah, I hope it helped some of you get a little bit of an understanding of whether this is the sound card for you. Yeah, have a good day, have a good night, whatever. Ciao.